evening and welcome to Scottish television in the heart of Glasgow. And welcome to a traditional live Hogmanay party. To greet 1984, let me introduce to you your host for the rest of the evening. Please welcome Andy Cameron.
Thank you, John Mason and the Scottish Fiddle Orchestra. Aren't they marvellous? Oh, and we're live here, yes. You know, people ask me what constitutes a fiddle orchestra. Well, we've got 100 here, and that constitutes an orchestra. If you've got 50 fiddlers, that constitutes a rally, and if you've got a dozen fiddlers, that's just a council meeting. But anyway, we're live here, you know, from FTV. Well, watch this. Touch me, hen. Touch me. Touch me. Go on, it's your lucky night. Touch me. Touch me. I love your outfit. Seen it in the catalogue. That's nice, that. What's your name? Diane. Who's been to the hairdresser, Diane, eh? And it was shut. Where are you from, Diane? Grangeman. Oh, that's nice. I've been there, but it was shut as well. Now, we welcome everybody, of course, to STV Studios. We'll get people from all over the globe. We'll get a Canadian over there, yes, and we'll get Irish people. We'll get the Irish woman over here. She's wishing everybody a happy Easter. And wherever you are, welcome to Scotland. If you're in the valleys of Wales, welcome to Scotland. If you're in Ireland, Emerald Isle, welcome to Scotland. If you're watching from England, welcome to Britain. Well, they don't like us, you know. They don't like us. 2 years ago, they said they don't want us at Wembley, you know. They said we're not sending tickets up, and they didn't send tickets up, and it cut us down to 50,000. And they were all on our bus. We've got everything to make a party here. We'll get drinks, we'll get men and women together. We should have had balloons, but Bobby Robson wouldn't let them out. Anyway, it's time to set your feet tapping, so get up, leave the drinks down at home. Let's go to the Scottish Fiddle Orchestra! John Mason. Well, it's time to welcome our first guest to the Hogmanay party, a man who's known throughout the world as Scotland's ambassador in song. And he's going to sing a song that he wrote himself called The West Highland Way. And of course, you know who I'm talking about. It's the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, Kenneth McKellar.
And the summer comes again, and the music begin again, for the sun has sent the winter far away. And the mavis with his song shall be there where I belong, stepping out on the West Highland Way. I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be up there, far away from the city, far away from here. And with every mile I go, how I bless the happy day when I first took the West Highland Way. Heading out from Kelvin Road, to the northward I will roll, I'm a guy and on to Drimmen and the west. Soon Loch Lomond there below, by her bonny banks I'll go, with her song sounding sweetly in my breast. I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be up there, far away from the city, far away from here, and with every mile I take, I bless the happy day when I first took the West Highland Way. I'm a Gregor Hunt, I'll come, by Glencarrick and Clendrum, by Glenorchy and by Rannoch and Glencoe. Names that ring in history, and the echo follows me to the north, where the Leman waters flow. I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be up there, far away from the city, far away from here, and with every mile I take, how I bless the happy day when I first took the West Highland Way. I am wild, the heart will come, over many a nameless pond, I lost Cabbages for William in the wine. Well, I never sleep the sun, and my Highland way is done, but the beauty is never in my mind. I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be up there, far away from the city, far away from here, and with every mile I take, how I bless the happy day when I come to the West Highland Way. I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be up there, far away from the city, far away from here, and with every mile I take, how I bless the happy day when I go to the West Highland Way.
Marvelous. Oh, you're singing well as ever, Karen. That's a song you wrote yourself, of course.
That's right.
And I wish you all the best with it in 1984.
Thank you. What about 1983 then?
Well, it's fast slipping away, and this is the time of year when we like to think of people who may not be with us, who may be abroad somewhere, who may be in the forces, and even more important, the people who are actually in hospital. If you're in hospital and you can't be with us, we sincerely hope that it won't be too long until you're with your loved ones in 1984.
Yeah.
And it's coming up very fast, eh?
Yes, I think so. What about counting it down, eh?
I'll count it down, certainly.
You count it.
I think a few of them will blast off here from the day. Right, it's about that. Oh, there's 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Happy New Year, darling. Thank you. Cheers, Karen. To you and yours, in 1984, we wish you every success and every happiness. Cheers.
Well, here's the song that's most appropriate for this time of the year. A good new year to yin and all.
I'll leave the singing to you, Jill.
A good new year to yin and all, and money may and going all the years to come, what happy may and the may there be clouds below, it's high and ever here, the year.
Happy New Year, everybody. We're having a super party here. STV's Hogmanay party is going with a swing. These are what you call card table cocktails. After 3, your legs fold up. Oh, they're great. This is 5 young ladies. That's too much of these card table cocktails. Are you having a wee night out, girls? Are you on your own? Are you good, girls? Are you good, girls? That's how you're on your own. But don't worry, we'll get you somebody. Nice to meet two guys who celebrated 25 years in show business in 1983. Mind you, they started when they were 40, you know what I mean? However, ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome, please, Tom and Jack, the Alexander Brothers!
Everybody's happy, everybody's there, and they're all nice and merry. Each one in his chair, down in the wheel room, underneath the stair. When you're feeling low down, don't know what to do, don't give way to sorrow, I'll tell you what to do. Pack the cottage spring one, find a acquaintance there, he's the man that keeps the wheel room underneath the stair. Down in the wheel room, underneath the stair, everybody's happy, everybody's there, and they're all nice and merry. Each one in his chair, down in the wheel room, underneath the stair. That thing he went a-hunting, his fortune was his feet. He missed the Sussex letter and was written for a week. And after table searching, oh sorrow and despair, they found in the wheel room, underneath the stair. Down in the wheel room, underneath the stair. Everybody's happy, everybody's there, and we're all nice and merry. Each one in his chair, down in the wheel room, underneath the stair. Like the other police men, but I'm saving all my pennies. Keep my on the chair, keep me my wheel underneath the stair. Down in the wheel underneath the stair. Everybody's happy, everybody's there, and we're all nice and merry. Each one in his chair, down in the wheel underneath the stair. I raise the glass of whiskey. You talk to everyone, you come and pay the bill, we join them to the fun. I know you can be one, just pretend you're there, down in the wheel, underneath the stair, down in the wheel, underneath the stair, everybody's happy, everybody's there, and we're all nice and merry, each one in his chair, down in the wheel, underneath the
Introducing the Gypsy Queens.
Thank you once again, John. And of course, those lovely dancers, weren't they marvellous? Well, here, I'm loving this. It's great. There's a smashing atmosphere in here. Of course, 1984 promises so much, doesn't it? Prosperity, hopefully peace. And well, we'll wait and see, shall we? Because let's face it, 1983 is out the window, isn't it? Eh? What a year that was. It was all right for some people. What about Liz Taylor? She got married for the 8th time. She didn't like men, but she loves wedding cake. Oh, eh? What about her? I was at the wedding. Well, they do everything big in Hollywood, you know. Super wedding it was. What a size of a cake. See the two in tow, you know how the wee bride and groom in tow? It was Ronnie Corbett and Lulu. And they said, what a wedding. They didn't throw confetti, they threw vitamin pills. What? Next thing, I'm not kidding. You got a nice leg, missus. Just to play with the other man. But because that's the type of place that is at Glasgow. We welcome everybody. Everybody's welcome here. It's the only place in the world you can rob a bank and get mugged away to getaway car. That's nice. It's a friendly city, the warmest people in the world. 10 minutes and set fire to your jacket. Send you home with a blazer. Oh, no, I'm not coming up. Anyway. No, Glasgow's that type of place. I live in one of the posher parts of Glasgow, you know. Chateau du Lait. Castle Malt, you probably heard of that. Oh, it's tough up there. Jim Watt's the Avon man. Oh, the wee boy next door to me stabbed his mother and father to death just to get to the orphan's bus run. I'm not kidding. That guy came in drunk one night and she threw him on the couch. She said, look at you, you're a drunken bum, and he's lying there. And just at that, there was a knock at the door. It was a Masonic house. She opened the door, and there was two tall Americans standing. Good evening, we're the Mormons. I'm Elder Smith, this is Elder Jones. They come in and meet your pal, Elder Addo. Well, what? Oh, Glasgow. So we've got everybody in Glasgow, you know. We've got all nationalities. We've got an Asian community here, and the race relations here are the best of nowhere. Because you go to our schools, you know, my wee boy sits next to a Pakistani boy. The teacher says, Cameron, where is Pakistan? He says, it can't be far, Muhammad gets him for his dinner. They're nice people. They're nice people. They built a mosque in Glasgow. A mosque, £6 million it cost. And they had to knock it down because it wasn't facing Mecca. It's facing Ladbrokes. We've got Chinese here. Have you seen it? I mean, where have they got Chinese? Everywhere in Britain they've got a Chinese takeaway, haven't they? Do you ever notice that when you get a Chinese takeaway? They've always got a sore finger. Have you noticed that? You walk in, you go like that, a bag of chips, they go, sore finger. Sore finger. And then when they give you it, they swear at you. They hand it over and they go, everything else? Okay. Everything else? No, I'm not coming though. I was in one last week. I forgot to get cigarettes. Chinese takeaway. I walked in. I said, how are you? I said, how do you know my name? I said, give me 20 number 6. I got 100 weight of rice. Oh, 1983 is a super year, wasn't it? British Telecom. See what they did? Take it as a Busby. We Busby, a nice, wee, friendly bird. They wouldn't hurt anybody, eh? And they get rid of it. They said, we want something that's more in keeping with our image. She's got a vulture. Seen these phone bills? Oh, marvellous. What a year was 1983. Scotland didn't do that well. They've got a new jersey, navy blue with a red neck. And England supporters, they did well, didn't they? They became British. Why they did? Oh, we've got a West Ham supporter there, you know. The big crowd frightens them. But anyway, West Ham, I went to see them when I got lost. I said to your fellas, how do I get to Upton Park? He said, just follow the crowds. I finished up in Woolworths. I'm not kidding. Oh, it was a super year, 83. I loved it. We had everybody here, you know. We had everybody. We had the Prince of Wales, Prince Charles, and his lovely wife, Princess Diana, came to the Royal Variety Performance in the King's Theatre on the 2nd of October. I remember it, I'll never forget it. I was in the show, and afterwards they came backstage, and Prince Charles spoke to me. He said, "Good, I want to see Kenny McKellar." He's a nice man, a nice man. I remember his wedding, the 29th of July, 1981. Supposed to be the 12th of July, but they couldn't get a band. Anyway, that's a wee one for people in Ireland, you know. I like to read the Irish ones. Paddy goes into the butcher's and says, "I'd like a chop, please." The guy says, "Chicken." He says, "I'd like a chop, please." No, read the ones, okay. Talking about Glasgow, do you know what makes Glasgow such a great city? The education that you get. Kids, I've got a teacher, well, I've got a friend who's a teacher. I used to have a teacher who was a friend, but now I've got a friend who was a teacher. She was telling me about this class that she's got, and she asked them to tell them a story with a moral in it. And the wee class were, you know what, like that, "Please, miss." She said, "Right, Jeannie, what's your story?" She said, "My mummy was coming out of the supermarket the other day, and I bumped into another lady, and she dropped her basket and all her eggs broke." She said, "What's the moral to that?" She says, "Well, never put all your eggs in the one basket." Oh, she says, "Well done, Jeannie." And the wee hard man sitting there with a broken nose, "Hey, miss, I've got one, I've got..." She says, "Shut up. Anybody else?" "No, I've got one. Wait a minute, miss. Wait a minute." She says, okay, Tommy." She says, "See, my granddad, he was in the trenches during the war, and he only had a rifle and a bottle of whiskey, and 50 yards away there was 12 Germans. My granddad just drunk the bottle of whiskey and got up and charged the 12 Germans. And do you know what he did? He stabbed the first 6 and shot the other 6. Do you know what I mean?" She said, "What's the moral to that story?" He says, "Don't mess about with my granddad when he's got a drink now." Oh, dearie. Here, we've not had a lady in the show yet to do a party piece, but we're going to remedy that right away. Singing "Bridge Over Troubled Water" in Gaelic, would you welcome, please, Mary Sandeman? Super. Mary Sandeman, ladies and gentlemen. That was super. Mary has actually been teaching me the Gaelic, you know, during rehearsal. Gaelic for Kung Fu, Hodderman and Hiderum. And, of course, my grandfather's a Gael, you know, he was in the trenches as well, only it was in the First World. He was a piper. He was the first out of the trenches. Every time there was an attack, he was out with the pipes. And the bullets were flying, and the mortars were flying, and the shells were flying, but the old grandfather kept going. And there are more bullets, and there's more mortars, and there's hand grenades. And the wee Glasgow fella ran up and says, "Hey, can you play something you like?" Oh, really? Oh, well, time for another tune with this lot up here. I can't remember seeing them so sober, you know that? The Scottish Fiddle Orchestra under a conductor and John Mason, and of course this time we've got to welcome back the Hogmanay Dancers! Oh, what a sound that generates in this studio, I can tell you. The Scottish Fiddle Orchestra and John Mason are absolutely marvellous. And those dancers are so vibrant and young and talented, makes you sick. I'll tell you. It's time now to welcome back our first guest, singing his own arrangement of a beautiful Scottish love song, the Eriskay Love Lilt, Kenneth McKellar. Good luck, Ken. Well done. The Eriskay Love. You must have sung that in a number of countries, eh?
One or two places, even in Eriskay, yeah.
You have?
Eriskay, yeah.
Oh, Eriskay, is that how it's pronounced?
2 or 3 houses and a football pitch.
Was that right?
Yeah.
That's more than I ever eyebrows.
What a feed that
Yes, young man. Somebody broke into the Rangers trophy room this morning, you know.
Oh, so
I promised I'm looking for 2 guys with a carpet. That's the season ticket up in the air, I might as well tell you. Aye, however, have you enjoyed yourself?
amazing. It's gone past so quickly.
Yes,
That's what's amazing to me.
That's a rehearsal then, anyway.
I'll be all right in the night.
I hope so, eh? Right, I think we'll welcome back our guests, eh?
Very good, aye.
Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Mary Sandeman. Yes. And Tom and Jack, the Alexander Brothers. And Kenneth McKellar, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, John Mason and the fabulous Scottish Fiddle Orchestra. Not forgetting the Hogmanay dancers, because we're just going to start a wee dance here. Don't think this is all finished. Some of the stuff we'll get up to now we couldn't show you in the telly. So let's see some of you punters up on the floor for the Gay Gardens! Yeah!